you can gain access to it, hopefully. And Grammarly is good as well. Thank you very much for this. I shall now proceed with other contents in my slide.
Paper is not bad. If
Yes.
it's paper is good. Sometimes Grammarly gives wrong
Mm,
sentence, but paper easily correct.
yes, it's good. Thank you very much for your recommendation. Can you still see my screen online?
Yes, Doctor.
All right, thank you. So this slide is asking, trying to go deeper into the context of our discussion today. Well, if I recall, maybe we can easily say that just now we have seen about 50 apps, easily, right? 50 apps that people have used in AI. And then from that AI, you have the output. And from that output, if the AI gives you an answer that looks correct, and you somehow could not detect its hallucination, who is responsible if it is wrong?
I think me. It is my responsibility to make sure everything they give me to me is correct. I have to go down direct to the link, give it to me, and make sure this is information is correct and it's come from the DOI of real articles is not halal.
So
So it is my responsibility to make sure all this information is correct.
how do you do that? Can you share?
I have, when I ask them about anything, especially in my research or my literature review, I have to make sure this is the link or information that provided to me is correct. What the criteria I have to do? I ask him, give me a direct link to the real article, and I check the article. There is this is information is good, and if I need to be more focus or concentrate, I have to ask them to provide me with DOI of the article and the direct link of this article, and I have to go with the Q1 or journal Q1 or Q2 only. From severe scopus only I have to get this information, not I mean the master journal. So all these takes a lot of time because I think the AI is just a tools. Me or any researcher, there is a responsibility to make sure all this information is correct and align with my goals in this information.
All
So it
right.
is not easy to use the AI. It is not just ask and answer. It is your responsibility now to make these tools helpful and correct. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the tips. I think among the highlights earlier, I like the part that you mentioned asking the AI to give you the links. I personally do that as well. And also keep on refining the prompts. So don't take it just from one interaction. This is very relevant with what is happening today, although this was taken much earlier. I am just reusing this slide, and this happened. People have also used AI to spread misinformation. So this is another perspective that I wish to spin, not only from the usage of the Gen AI that you prompt. There are also many situations right now that you are benefiting from the AI output that maybe is prepared by other people. And the word here, fake. So next time that you see something, you need to consider, and especially in our areas of research right now, we have this rubbish content or maybe dangerous content, if I can use a stronger word. Because in research, this JMIR in medical education is one of the top research in medical education, and it has published that now there is this issue about AI generated slop. So this word slop happens when the content that is polluting the online repositories, and simply because they are generated by AI and was not properly curated. And this AI, if you want to go deeper regarding its issue, is factual inaccuracies. And this is exactly what we have in my first slide earlier. Factual inaccuracies, omissions of facts and context. Many times, omission of context is happening without our realization. And we actually have a role to make sure that we can remove the bias. And overgeneralization or oversimplification also happens mainly because online, the content that many of the GPT users have disparity in voice representation. There are some local scenarios that have not been represented well, so the AI is not really does not have proper understanding of its context, especially localization needs. A4, inappropriate or inconsistent level of depth or inattention to audience needs. So indirectly, this means that we should not be the agent that extends all these possible harms when we are using AI, even to the point that when you take the AI output, you need to consider all of this risk as well as the sloppy analogies. This is when I just Google the common types of ChatGPT mistakes. This is quite similar, but outdated information is also one of the risks that maybe we could not detect. Because in the AI, it does not tell us because it's not human, and sometimes it also has limitation to reason its sources. I have been mentioning about several kinds of AI earlier, and these slides, as well as the next, tells you that there are at least 5 types of AI. Perception AI, language AI, decision AI, action and automation, and agentic AI. Nowadays, many people have started to go towards agentic AI. Our Gen AI that we use many times today is only in one, language AI. And now, many of the software developers are using LLM as one of the module for decision AI in their components. In terms of the AI methods, earlier, these are AI categories. This is AI methods. There are many methods that AI use. As you can see here. Now, can you tell me, ChatGPT is which one?
NLP.
NLP. Which one is NLP? Yeah, okay, good try. Do you agree?
Chatbots and reasoning.
Chatbots and reasoning? Good, thank you, yes.
Machine,
Correct, so both? Yes? You want to try?
machine learning,
Machine
I
learning?
think machine learning, Doctor.
The correct answer should be the natural language and the chatbots and reasoning. For machine learning, it is more for systems that make classification, prediction, or clustering, association rules, sequential analysis. So under machine learning, it is quite specific. For ChatGPT, is natural language processing, chatbot, and reasoning. Can you give me one example of planning and scheduling? What apps use planning and scheduling method? Again?
what did you say, Doctor,
Monday?
please?
What is that? Monday? Is that an apps? Oh. Oh, how to spell it? MON. Oh, it is new to me. Thank you for sharing that. Our friend here at the hall shared about Monday as an apps for scheduling, and it can auto create schedule for you. What about the apps that we use more frequently? Thank you for introducing us to Monday. Anyone online wants to try? Do you know that Waze and Google Maps, those are planning and scheduling apps, as well as apps that we use that helps us to create our route for flight and so on. Those are based on planning and scheduling. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who decides and who is responsible? We have this scenario. Again, an AI system recommends rejecting. Oh, this is very painful to many people. To researchers, this should be one of our usual ups and downs. Usual, eh? So if you find rejection, please don't be too sad because your only option is to try to resubmit. But imagine if you have an AI system that recommends rejecting a research paper because the apps predicts low impact based on citation patterns and writing style. What do you think would be, what would you feel in this? And if you are to implement this, which one should be the best? Is it AI assisted where the researcher reads and the AI gives suggestion? So in this case, let's say that you use an AI system, and in this AI system, the AI gives suggestion only and the researcher makes improvement of it. You just imagine, nowadays our traditional, what we usually do, we prepare. Then we submit. Let's say if there is a screening apps, AI based, that tells us its prediction whether the paper will be accepted or not. Would you like to have those kind of apps? Would it be helpful? Would it bring any harm?
Doctor,
Yes?
I think majority of student and professor using normal ChatGPT version. They don't use to updated pro version, and that's why majority of time gives to the misleading information. I think ChatGPT pro version 5.4 thinking and paid version is good, better, is good information.
Okay. But
I just I last time, yes, because last time I'm PhD student in Faculty of Medicine and Health Science, and my professor give me suggestion to use sample size calculation by ChatGPT normal version, but it's totally mistake, wrong procedure. Then when I conducted 5.4, the good information, giving good information, valid information. It's huge difference to normal ChatGPT version versus Pro version. Pro version gives valid information.
All right, thank you very much. I agree. Of course, if you have the means, so you can upgrade. If we focus on this context, let's say I want to hear from you. What is your opinion? Would there be any harm if we use an AI system that can predict whether the paper that we have prepared will be rejected or will be accepted? So there can be two contexts. Either the AI system is used by you as the researcher, one context, or the AI system is used by the journal provider. What is your opinion in it? Let us discuss about this. Anyone wants to start? Any harm, possible harms?
Yeah, there is a possibility harm is like as that human always the creative. So if you need to do some creative things, so definitely you have to avoid the AI because in human brain can choose so many options, but AI give the one direction, whatever actually you have provided. Actually, he suggested you the same topics or same related issue. But just I give them one example. If you want to write a poem, just say I give them one type of direction, like just what emotion you are right now. But in the human brain, there is a lot of option. You can create a lot of things. So I think sometimes AI is harmful.
But in this specific situation, would you agree? For example, let's say you are considering journal A and journal B. Journal A tells you it has an AI to screen compared to journal B that says all human.
As a student, when I actually write something, I agree on this. But when actually in the corporate world, I cannot suggest it. It's okay. So depend on the situation actually. When I'm writing the journal, if there is any grammatical correction, what the something for submission things, maybe that time is okay. But when I'm actually in the corporate life, I think this is not a good thing.
Okay, thank you for the perspective. Any more wants to share?
Thank you. I think from the perspective of the researcher, after you're done with the work, of course, if it's to help direct you on where to send your article, I don't think it's much of a problem. But when it comes to the journals themselves, because I think whatever AI does is based on the bias of the training. So if I'm submitting an article to a journal and the AI, based on its own bias, determines whether my article is accepted or rejected without the real checking of the merit of the work by a human, that can be harmful, I think. It will bias the publications, I think, and reduce participation or representation, I think. So I think it's a bit harmful. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the thoughts from both of you. This is indeed among the scenario that maybe you will face, but I use this scenario just because I think it is something that all of us can easily understand. So the context that I would like to bring here is, imagine we as a consumer, or we can be the customer or client or the recipient of such service. We might not know having the AI at the back end. And in this situation, that AI might be threatening us. So what is our role in this situation? So this is what I want to trigger. The answer, we will discuss more because I have even more like this. Right. So now let us put ourselves in this context. Imagine we are making, as humans, we are making our decision, and nowadays we make our decision co-intelligence with the AI. And this is called human-machine teaming. If you haven't, search out for this word, human-machine teaming, and indirectly we are now supporting planetary intelligence. So who really holds power when AI is used? Who has the ability to question the AI output? Ability to choose among the alternatives? If you only think about ChatGPT and this just the Gen AI that you use, you might not be triggered with it. So my context today and my approach today is to let you broaden the horizon because maybe you don't realize it. There are maybe AI that you don't realize is there that other people have used. And this ability to override or the reject AI advice and its clarity of the responsibility lies to the team that do the governance of the AI and the governance of the process. And you imagine when you start going back to your professional world after this, you might be in the position to decide what AI to use and what AI to create. So think about the impact of many dimensions. Okay, get it? So I have even more. And here, the emphasis is on the judgment. Because nowadays, intelligence is common. Our new currency is judgment. And judgment means that we should be a better human. So what is the better value of humanity? And the real question is not whether the AI can decide. It is whether we are willing to take the responsibility, when we use the output given by the AI. So this context should hopefully now go deeper in your vein and understanding, because your context is not only you use Gen AI in your writing. Many of us are also using the AI to give us ideas. And we are now the executors of the ideas that the AI gives us. So make sure that you don't forget your human counterparts. So the human judgment, not the AI judgment, should be more emphasis. In UPM, we use this policy, human-centric approach, because we want to be able to make sure that we have sovereignty, our safety sovereignty, and AI should be a cognitive assistant rather than a cognitive replacement. Because many of us nowadays, using the Gen AI, we generate. I am really happy to hear the lady earlier sharing her productive struggle when using Gen AI. If you use AI and you feel it is so easy, that means you are not doing it right. So you should compare several. Maybe you can compare the free version, the paid version, other. You have 50 apps to try. Right? So this emphasizes that while AI can optimize the university operations, we are now using AI in some of our operations as well. And that is why we need to have of all these principles. And for the postgraduate students to run it and to use it, because now we prepare facilities for you. And soon, if the usage of the notebook LM is good, probably we can ask for more from the ministry, because the funding is provided by the ministry, supported with its collaboration with the AI giant. So please use the accounts given to you. There is actually a KPI for those who have the license. If you don't use it actively, the ICT center will take back the license. And please check your UPM's account. It will tell you whether you are up to the expectation of using minimum 4 times of your notebook LM or not. Minimum 4 times of using the notebook LM. Okay, now let's use it. Let's look at this. The AI in research activities. There are risks. Just now, we were talking about possible harms. Possible harms meaning that we need to manage the risk. There are risks on the integrity and accuracy. We talked about hallucination and fabrication earlier, remember? When we were easily fooled by looking at the properly grammar error-free sentence, and which makes us feel stupid sometimes. But those are actually maybe things that we need to remind ourselves. This is even more important. If we rely too much on it, we might be trapped under methodological and logical risk. It may be a flawed study design. Oh my God. Who will be able to say during the Viva, why you do it like this? Would you be able to say whether it's maybe the trend wouldn't be my supervisor asked me to do, the AI asked me to do it. Hopefully not. And weak reasoning. So this reasoning nowadays, for myself, if I can just share, why I got addicted to it, because it can reason with me. It would not be angry if I ask too many questions. I think everybody agrees this. And it helps us also to straighten our mind, right? Because of its wonderfully generated sentence and whatever. Ask it to reason. You need to keep on asking until the point that you be able to understand, agree. Ask it to give you in words that you would understand yourselves. So should not have weak reasoning, should not have oversimplified understanding, should not as a human. Bias and interpretation risk. Our friend highlighted about bias a lot earlier. And those relates also with possibly blind trust in the output. We did not realize. So it is the same when we are using Google Maps or Waze. Sometimes we are fooled going through this route when then we realize, oh, the route that I usually use is actually no traffic jam. But because over dependent on the AI, sometimes it makes our life better, but those are the calculated harms and risks that we need to consider. Then ethical and originality risk. Do you know that if you are using ChatGPT, there is this button at the setting that you need to switch off to make sure that your content is not shared with others. Do you know? You don't know? I can show you. Go to your ChatGPT. Okay, I have a pro license, and because of the pro license, and we can also create our own GPT if you want. Because of the pro license, I can create group chats. So this is helpful for me in group activities. Here, you click here, and then you go to settings. Under data controls, improve the model for everyone. Switch off. This is where the GPT should not, hopefully it won't, should not take and make the models and whatever experience with you to be shared with others. Okay? But if you use Notebook LM and anything Gemini Pro or Google AI Pro using your UPM's account, it shall be safe because we are using UPM's account and it is shielded within our data lake only. Especially, think about your work which are not published yet and you haven't even gone to your Viva. Imagine the day that when you want to publish or want to Viva, then you realize other people plagiarize you unintentionally because you over-upload, overshare your work with AI. Oh my God. Hope not. So please check all the settings that will be able to protect you. And something that maybe I need to highlight, if you have materials, don't share all. If you want to share, you can share bits by bits, but the AI is too clever, you know, because even you put it up in pieces, it be able to stitch up. So those, please be careful. Those which you really want to protect, you need to do some tuning to be more careful. Okay, we are now 10:05. I would like to suggest that we go for a break first, and then we shall come back. Would that be okay with you? 5 minutes? Yeah. Online? Are you okay with that?
Okay.
Oh, thank you. We have comments as well here. I'll put it up.
Which AI is good for literature review? You mentioned now.
There are a lot. I will open my slide. Okay, let's switch this off. Which faculty are you from?
modern languages and communication.
Good. Here. So I suggest that you use perplexity. Perplexity is good. SciSpace, Research Rabbit, connected papers, and I will share later on what are the prompts that you maybe can use, and I'll share my slides so later on you can take.
Oh, thank you. And you also mentioned we can use UPN account to log in ICT Center
Yes,
to use notebook ILM, right?
yes, correct.
We have 4 chances to use it.
No, you can use it until you graduate. At least this year, you need to use it minimum 4 times a month. Minimum 4 times.
We can use this AI freely.
Notebook and yes, freely.
oh.
Anything does not have limit. If you use it without if you use personal account, it has limit. So with UPM, no limit.
Thank you.
All right, are you ready? Okay, welcome. Thank you for
Yes.
joining us.
Yes.
Okay, now we are ready to go for more. Just now I used this term, cognitive offloading. So this is the risk when we use the AI without us taking charge in executing the output from what the AI has provided to us. And there are risks, can be especially long-term risk, fragile understanding. You just imagine you get your certificate, the PhD or master, but with fragile understanding. It is okay if it is still newbies or new junior researcher, but if it is fragile understanding, it is actually a huge risk for you to the research world. And all of this would relate also to the ownership of the decision. Because as much as the AI can improve the productivity, people say that AI can improve productivity. But in research is not necessarily about producing more. Not necessarily. It is about producing and achieving something better with good judgment, doing it responsibly, and that we uphold the truth. So don't worry. Although that many people say that there are many AI right now, you should be able to have graduate on time, GOT, and even do it in 6 months or 2 years whatsoever, then there should be the time that you check back whether it is really a research that has gone through out of the course that it's expected to be. On the screen now, you can see the 7 principles of responsible AI that Malaysia uses. And these principles are in line with other responsible AI principles that other countries have used. And it covers on fairness, so we talked about bias earlier, reliability, safety and control. So our talk today covers all of this actually, if you realize. Even for the transparency, and in Malaysia, we decided to highlight on the pursuit of human benefits and happiness. This is very important so that the AI wouldn't bring harm, because there are situations and some countries that don't care the implication of the AI towards human and even to the planet. And this is where we will have AI that would create many release or utilization of unnecessary energy, and does not necessarily mean that they care about its harm to the planet. So in Malaysia, we took a different strategy, and in ASEAN, these are the 4 important things inside the guide that ASEAN has provided. Having to focus on the internal governance, level of human involvement and AI in AI augmented decision making. Our talk today covers on all of this, and thank you for having you around. In UPM, we managed to have this stakeholder interaction and communication. So we all play a role. Just now we talk about things that maybe we must do and we must not do. So I try to summarize it here. When you are using AI, you must verify it. Don't trust it blindly. You must question it back. Why you give me this? Why? I usually ask why. Ask it to reason to me. And you must compare alternatives, especially when the output would be something that leads you to some decision making. If it is only an output that you can use for comparison, for summary, it is still okay. But if you have to also be alert on the scale or possible impact of what you write in your research. You just imagine, it might not be you who execute it, but once you put it there in good write-up, accepted in reputable journal or other places, other people might use it. So who will be responsible then? So please be careful on the... Hopefully we wouldn't be the one who will disseminate fake information or misinformation to the least. So make sure that you also consider alternatives and you contextualize. So you will be the one who will be accountable on it, on the decision. So humans, we have many flaws, but AI also have flaws. And maybe I think not many people really put a thought into why the AI might fail. So I prepared this slide. Because although they are high performing models, I give you an example. Let's say that there is this health prognostic, cancer prognostic tool that will tell, oh, these people is at late stage, and only have a few weeks or a few days to live. And the trustworthiness of it is high. But what if the number of people that has been diagnosed as such, prescribed or prognostic as such, does not follow? It could be due to several reasons. The first factor could be the AI performance is good before, but then humans' behavior shift, or at certain geographical area, the patterns that have been trained does not apply. Can be the first cause, first reason. Second explanation could be because the AI is good when it was tested before it is bring into the real world. Could be. So there are many situations, and the high performance model does not necessarily mean it's trustworthy. So when you are in the future in the position to screen, how do we decide? Should we support on this AI usage or not? Please consider and do the assessment. And the AI that is optimized for accuracy does not necessarily mean that it is suitable for decision reality. And many people put the governance, context, and human agency as an afterthought. For example, we have the AI on the shelf. Soon we are going to have AI on the shelf. Right now also we have many subscriptions going around. AI on the shelf, we use it. But we don't know really how it has been trained. Is it suitable to our context? So my suggestion is you need to have some trial period, and you need to have your benchmark, and there should be an AI overseeing committee that can help you decide when you come to that. Because from the AI threat, we as human can turn it into responsible AI implementation by executing these strategies. I will share these slides with you afterwards, so I'm happy to do that. But if we look at this AI threat, accountability vacuum, this is very important, because would you sue the developer of the AI if the output is not as what you expected? It is very difficult. It's very blurry line. So that is why you need to have an overseeing committee. If right now maybe your experience is mostly on the Gen AI that you prompt, but I tell you, because of this agentic AI, there are more and more companies that are now embedding the LLM at the back end of applications, and you use that applications that use the LLM. You don't have to prompt. Soon you don't have to prompt. It will give you. When it will give you, it will be like the robot that will follow its suggestion. So the problem is that there are some applications that does not allow you to give feedback. You remember in ChatGPT, when it started, it does not have the thumbs up and thumbs down. Then it now has the thumbs up and thumbs down. And it now can give you message that it will bring whatever your concern back to its headquarters if you somehow complain about itself. But in this agentic AI world where people will start to be commercial race, we might be the one who be the victims. So all of this falls under something called human and AI feedback loop. Nowadays, we are mainly in human-in-the-loop AI, where the AI cannot complete the task without human intervention, and this happens at every step. Now, people are mostly going towards human on the loop, and this is partial automation, where the AI performs the task autonomously. The human monitors can break the loop. I advocate for the middle. I advocate for the green, because for the grey, when it is fully autonomous, this is when we might be the one that is controlled with the AI. This does not necessarily mean the AI that you cannot think of today. It could be to the point that maybe in the scheduler, like the planning earlier, maybe it's already happening now also. Because actually there are 10 automation levels, and these automation levels tells about the degree. For this, for example, AI as advisory, AI that will ask you consent, AI that will execute and informs after it is stuck, or AI that decides everything without reporting. So you need to be able to understand the AI that you use is what type and what you want it to be and how. Is there any human oversight when there is problem? You can handle the crisis. Okay, so consider. Let us do this activity. Please scan this. Can I invite you all to scan this? It shall take you to a Google form. Okay, can you access the form? Wait, let me update. Somehow I think it asks you to log in, but I actually don't need your information. It should be anonymous. Not consent. This should be concern. Should be concern, yeah. Oh, 16 responses already. Thank you very much. Concern, yeah? Hopefully you got it correct. Or did you consider it as consent earlier? Oh man, that's bad. I was doing it while driving. Remember, my machine went kaput last night? So I have this. It's magical to me. So concerns, please type out your concerns. Okay. So thank you very much. Let us see the response summary. Mainly now you are concerned with AI hallucinations. Primary use case. AI is primarily used as an assistant for early stage work, including brainstorming, initial ideas, and organizing research resources. For content validation, in terms of content validation and refinement, you utilize AI to validate existing content, confirm inquiries, and refine content flow and grammar. Okay, see theme percentage. What is this? See breakdown in sheets. This is nice. Okay, actually, I am doing this activity to demonstrate to you what Google AI Pro can do. So for the academic staffs who are permanent academic staffs have now access to Google AI Pro and Notebook LM Enterprise. So among of the activities, you can take the advantage of your supervision committee to help you make yourself even better in your research, in supervising you. And I suggest, because I teach research methods in computer science, I teach research methods. So among the things that I recommend to the student is for them to use the Gen AI as their personal tutor to check whatever their content before their submission. Anyway, in my class, I don't do a lot of submission that is grading. I go more for verbal. So for my midterm, it is interview, because I am that crazy. But because I think this would help the student to prepare themselves properly. Mainly this. And because to me, I'm really bored just going through the theories, because we shouldn't be producing research methodologies. It should be researchers that can execute in their areas. Okay, so this Google AI Pro, what it can do, as what you see here, I'm not sure if it is free version, it can do the summary. Have you experienced it before? No? Okay. So maybe for this, unfortunately for the students at the moment we don't have, but I suggest you can request to the ICT center, so then we can take up that request and we can do planning for license applications in the future. So that AI is now giving me auto analysis on the concern in using AI for research, and it gives me this generation. What are your concerns in using AI? For each of these, it does this analysis. And also, why I want to demonstrate this, because I imagine many of you are utilizing some spreadsheet. So please consider the G sheet, because there is this AI function that is really clever. Let me show you. Link to sheet. So I create a sheet now. Okay, here. Here, for each of this, if you are familiar with the formula in the Excel, for this, you can just put AI, goes to AI, and you just give the prompt. It is very clever. You just put what you want it to do. For example, then give here. Sorry. Okay, here, equals here, then here. I did not look at this earlier. This, enter. So you can just prompt similar like what you want it to be, or I can just put here. See, this is really high level of intelligence that can help us now. Just imagine. So if you have some text or whatever that you usually analyze, please consider using this. So you have many tools. Even in Notebook LM, I have one short session to demonstrate to you what Notebook LM in your account can do. Excited with this? Okay, so let's go right here. And those concerns actually matter to me. After this, I will analyze for other policy strategies in the university. Inshallah. Thank you for your response. Okay, let us look at this. AI in research. The difference between support or the relationship between the support and responsibility. You can use AI to analyze, but AI cannot understand the consequence of what you do. AI can help to generate answer, but it must be you to take the responsibility. If you see, I keep on using the word responsibility and whatever, because actually there is huge risk of accountability on the product and output of your research. Imagine about the world where we have many, remember, slops. Slops, okay, if it is just for AI slops, for AI content, AI generated content that is fake, not accurate, but the result of AI that you fabricate accidentally because of a reliance of AI, it can have huge impact of yourself to yourself. So that's why we have this session today. So you must be accountable, although I suggest you actions. So for the research process, you can have this AI role in many of the stages that you do, but the human still be the one who validate the idea, verify the literature, justify the theory, decide the method, interpret the analysis, and own the writing. When I used there was these apps that I used the first time. When at that time, I think Copilot upgrade its library. Copilot, I put up my spreadsheet at that time. It can generate graph for me already, interpretation, statistical analysis, no need to use SPSS anymore, the headache. Oh my God. To the point that I think, then would I still be relevant as a researcher or even academician? Would I lose my job? Oh my God. But then I realized the accountability is still with me. I am using the AI as human in the loop. And I should exploit the AI for human on the loop. I know I might be out of the loop. But what should I do when that happens? I create more. Hopefully this will motivate you. Good. Let's go. Okay, because I teach research methods, I have some students around here as well. You will see this in your slides soon. Okay, research activity, you can use AI at many stages, even code generation. In your ChatGPT, Gemini, there is this one module called GEMS, and you just prompt. You imagine nowadays you prompt, it creates apps for you. Would that take the position of programmers? Could be, but that will, to me, if the solution that we are creating is much more complex and intricate that the AI cannot generate, that means we are saving the world better than the AI should just be a tool. It can solve part of it, but there are some intricacies, details that the AI cannot understand because it's not human. So the human responsibility, this is very important. Ensure the conclusions are evidence-based, real evidence, because people will ask you, and this is where you can defend that you are not fabricating your research. Those online, are you still following? Yoo-hoo!
Yes,
Yep,
doctor.
Okay, good.
All with us, we are interested, excited for
It's
the.
busy,
Quiet
Doctor,
over
busy.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Novelty. Now, in the class, we are week 4. Week 4, right? Week 4. So in our syllabus, in research methods in computer science, the students are now doing problem statement construction. That means they need to find novelty. How many of my students online? Is there any of you there? Okay, for novelty in research, we have to consider either knowledge gap, addressing knowledge gap, or performance gap, or methodological gap as our possible novelty. But how to do this? When you have the AI, would it surely means productivity boom? Would it necessarily mean that you will have even more papers? You know, I got caught. There was this time that I overused AI. I submitted, but then got rejected because the AI is 99%. And even my FYP students overuse. But now we cheat. We use humanized AI. But then what matters more? What matters more is the content. If the content and the contribution is not good, even you use humanizer AI after you gen AI, imagine, we have idea, but our writing might be not good and our thoughts may be scattered. So we use gen AI to make it nice. We copy, we put it, then we humanizer it back. Then we submit to the journal and the journal uses AI to reject. Oh my God, this is vicious cycle. So where are we in this loop? But the bottom line is when we do research, what is important is our novelty. But how to get the novelty? The AI does not know. The AI would say that this is novelty, but is it really true? You would be the one to be able to defend it. So I am happy to share this techniques for identifying the research gap. First, you need to do deep literature review. Then, you need to do performance limitation analysis with state-of-the-art analysis. Then, you do methodological critique. I have one slide to show you how to do this properly. This is actually taken from my class slides. And do some engagement with your peers. In my class, I try really to encourage students to talk to each other because the students and the community are actually your research tool also. Today, we are doing this. Each of us are tool to each other. Use each other. Okay, here. Identifying research gaps. So, let's say we want to identify the boundary lens, the knowledge lens, the knowledge gaps. What we need to do, we have to identify the unverified assumptions. Right? When you read papers, sometimes there are parts hypotheses. But there are things that the paper will say, in this area, there is this whole issue, but in this paper we only address subset of it. So you can take the subset that has not been addressed. That is technique number 1. Technique number 2, what you can do is you look at the constraint lens. What the previous work has difficulty to do, you do that as your possible novelty. Okay? Then the third, what you can do is maybe conflict lens. You read one paper, this paper say A. You read paper B, say B. But then you know the A and B for this problem actually conflict. So your work is you want to study this conflicting. Get it? Then you can also do outdated lens. You see, this has not been studied for some time and now it has shipped blah, 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 blah. Why I do this? Because I was at the same bench as you. And at that time, I was blurry. I didn't know. Oh, actually research, there is this category. Oh, like this. So hopefully you do this. And please make a good habit. What you want, you tell your supervisor and you tell your lecturer what you want. So they can create something direct to the point for you. Okay? If they give you only theories, you PM them. You say, please can you help me, blah, 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 blah. Okay? How to write it? You look at your current research idea and ask yourself this question. If I solve this, will I have created a better thing? Why we have to do this exercise now? Because remember, you got the idea from the AI. The AI says, do this. But you should be the one in the decision. Should you do it or not? So this is this activity. Ask it. If you do it, does it really matter? Is this valuable for the time that you want to invest to do it? You want to go because it has huge impact. What you choose for your research, because right now when you do postgraduate studies, it's just your first ticket. But you want yourself to be branded with that, so choose wisely. Because it will be your future plan. So, based on my observation, many master students learn in performance or application. Well, this is computer science perspective, yeah, from my slides research, but I think it can be somehow related to you, hopefully. But PhD candidates, this is the part that PhD candidates wider. Knowledge gap. You challenge something that is available or methodological, the approach. For master students, you focus on something specific. Okay, that is why people say, for master student, only 1 or 2 problem statement, 1 or 2 objective. For PhD, 2 or 3, and can be 4. Get it? Any question? Okay. Right. Problem statement template. I will give this slide to you. Don't worry. This is, because again, I remember when I did my master, that was in this faculty in about 2006. We found this one website that provide paraphrasing sentences. At that time, no AI at all. But at that time, actually, my research was on Google search engine and matchmaking. At that time, my research was that for my master. We found this website, and in my class, until now, I encourage students to use it. Because why? If you use Gen AI, it will be overused. So you need to also create your own sentences, right? But difficult, right? So you need to have the templates. So find the templates, search this keyword, paraphrasing. Rephrase or paraphrase, RefWorks also have it. And there are also paraphrasing apps. So this can help you to not having to reverse engineer the AI writing for you. You write in your own word, then you paraphrase, at least the writing will be better. Okay, so in knowledge gap, we write this way. This is for computer science. So the focus for knowledge gap is discovery, for performance gap is optimization, for methodological gap, we want to validate that some methods is good or not. And if you go to that paraphrasing, it is general enough for you. So this is telling, earlier a gentleman asked me, I hope I make myself correct. The expectation for the license is for you to use minimum 4 times a month in your notebook LM. Whatever that you post there. It is not that you are allowed to use only 4 times. It is you use 4 times minimum a month. Okay? So, you can use notebook LM for many things. For note and idea summary, for content analysis and transformation, to do study guide. In the notebook LM, there is this part under reports. If you click it, it will give you study guide. You upload your whatever writing report you have. You click it, there is this button that will tell you what to do next. Super tutor personalized for you, free. Provided by UPM and the KPT, the ministry. So notebook LM supports 4 levels of research cognition, the structuring of your knowledge, synthesizing of your knowledge, communicating of your knowledge. It can create video automatically from what you provide. But today, you would see that I don't use notebook LM. Because for me, I get bored already looking at the style that the notebook LM has. Because one weakness is that, to me, it is quite too messy, but it is really impressive. The illustration is really impressive. Try yourself, you put up one file, then you just click. Generate slide. It is here. What is it? Okay, slide deck. You just click, one click, you know. But you can tune it. When you click, you can prompt even further to refine it. And internalizing knowledge, this is just for fun, I think. So, this is in Notebook LM. This is its icon. You can upload the files. And if you want to click this app sources, you can upload the files. If you want to click the web, you can use it there. And then, once you upload, it will automatically generate something here. But here, I just want to illustrate, you can use it also to do comparison metrics. Somebody asked me about apps for literature review earlier. For literature review, you need to create comparison matrix. So just prompt to get the comparison matrix. And then this is me showing that if you click the infographic which will be useful when you want to create your diagrams. You click it, it will take time to do it for you, and even map, even the concept map, even the idea map, the relationship. Okay, so I have several steps I want to promote for AI augmented research cognition. You can firstly build a curated knowledge base by each team, similar like just now. So in my class, I ask the students to do this, upload this, and you do this step by step. Then this is where they do it, and then they regard this as their thinking area, and then they transform their thinking using this. Okay, and then they can prompt. So I think you would love these prompts for identifying core problems. You can consider these patterns, prompt patterns. Well, of course, you can get from other places, but I just give to you in case that you would need it. And then you can consider extracting key concepts and building conceptual structure. And for methods, you can identify the approaches, you can compare the methods, and you can, for you, if you are in social sciences, mainly you will look at the differences on the population, on the tools, on the theme, on the perspectives, demographics. Those are usually when people in social science research. I do mixed methods as well. So if you are not from computer science or engineering, if you want to ask me questions, I'll try to answer. Don't worry. Just give me time to go through this fast. All right. Prompts for gap identification, which is a critical stage. You can ask the explicit gaps, implicit gaps, cross-paper gaps, and which gap to prioritize. This is what I mentioned earlier. Why to prioritize? Ask the AI why to prioritize. And for you who are funded, maybe you need to also consider local contextualization. Those of you who have plans and ideas for business and whatever, make it relate, because the postgraduate research certificate that you have eventually will be your first ticket to many more great things in the future. So for idea generation, you can put it like this: help me narrow a specific research problem from these gaps, and what would be the novelty, and ask the novelty as well. The design approach, data and experiment design up until evaluation. So, and I do this a lot. I always ask, did what you give me correct? I think you are wrong here. Because from this, are you sure you got that wrong? Give me more. And nowadays, I don't put long, beautiful sentence. Long, I don't like it. Others, it is like now I'm talking to really one virtual next person. No, I don't like you. You go. Give me better. Now, today, yesterday you say something. I do like that. Then sometimes I also say, you remember our talk something before? Tell me. Oh, you are wrong. Actually, I like that. So it will be even more personalized for you. You can actually create persona. For example, if you are an academician, you can create one persona, researcher persona, one as academician persona, one as administrator persona, and you can give nickname to it. So up until that point, Jarvis, do you remember Jarvis? Do you want to have your own Jarvis? So create your own Jarvis. Okay, for writing preparation, this is quite similar. And this is a repeat. I'll remove this. Okay, why is this here? This is accidental. Okay, so from each of these notebook LM, this is for you to easily, of course, I created many of these using AI as well. But because I think the difference is that I don't let it just to give what he thinks is best. I imagine you benefiting from it. So I would appreciate if you can give me feedback, what you think is good, what you think is not good, what could be improved further. I really like this kind of things, because to me, in our life, people who tells us to be better are people who care about us. Advice shouldn't be free, right? But that people care enough to give us input. So please. All right. So this is for notebook LM. Why is this here? Step 2. Why I think, you see, chaotic. I might have accidentally moved this here. asking high quality research question instead of just summarize this paper, you can put it for long. For myself, in my earlier example, I did not give long because it already has long thread for me. So easily, and this is an example. I did not create it this way. I will never in my life be able to create this. This is notebook LM. Really. I am quite good in Canva, but this one, I give up. This is notebook LM, and in UPM, many administrators nowadays, our administrators are using notebook LM to their best. And this also a repeat, sorry, I must have, okay, this is example of report. You put it up, list the problems in this area, it will generate the report for you automatically. And this is when you create report, this is what I mentioned earlier, study guide. So this is useful also for our students. We are hoping to persuade so all our undergrad students will get it as well. At the moment, only those who are doing final year projects due to license limitation. But if many people don't use it, we will take it back and give to those who are in the queue. Alright, so this is where you can tune the report if you want. This step 3, extracting problem space to list it. And you can also, for the infographic, customize the infographic as earlier. Okay, this is the next part that I wish to do with you. We are already nearly 11, but I will choose only one scenario. Let's take this scenario. A student uses an AI to find and summarize 20 papers for literature review. The AI does a perfect job. And the student has verified all the citation. Okay. But the student never actually read the full text versions because the AI summaries were good enough. The student only read 5. What is your opinion in this? Or was this you? This was us. Okay, I speed up. Could be loss of serendipity. Could be missing of small details. So you might lose of opportunity. And you might be taming a ghost to do literature review and other things for you. I'm sorry that we don't have enough time to cover this, but this is already in the slide if you want. But, okay, now approaching the conclusion. AI automation in science. I'm very active in Academy of Sciences Malaysia. So we do many activities like this. And why I have all the things that I can share with you, because I know that the right direction of science in the world, International Science Council are also preparing many people and about this, especially in other counterparts of the world. So make sure when you are the human on the loop, what you need to do. When you are human out of the loop, what you need to do, what trust, how to manage the trust for the communities to trust the AI, for the communities to actually use AI. Now, you may be just focusing on your research, but in the future, this AI will be just like your Word and your PowerPoint. So imagine you might be the one who will be using it. Responsible AI comprised of your agency, the trustworthiness, and the accountability. And AI as a decision partner should be able to help you explain, simulate the alternative, remember? To do trade-off and support deliberation and interrogation. So I think I can, this one, some of it is a repeat. I can end my slide here. I would like to thank you very much for your commitment and for your active participation. Okay, let us quickly look at what our friends online. So those online, are you still okay? Any question? I will open for the online first, please. Any question?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you. Sure, anyone? Anyone on the floor? No question? Overwhelmed? Are you feeling good? Good. Yes.
We are good. Thank you so much, Professor.
All right. Thank you. We have a question on the floor.
Appreciate.
Please wait.
No, thank you. Appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Because we have friends online, so hopefully using this will be better. Okay.
From this year, if we use AI to write thesis, we need to declare, right?
Yes. Actually, since last year, we have created a rule to ask the student to declare it, especially in the Viva time. But now we have revised it in our policy, so we need to declare. And soon there might be some more. But we are actually studying when AI is becoming a norm. Do we really have to declare it? That is what I'm challenging now. So if you agree with me or if you disagree with me, you can email me also. It's my full name at upm.edu.my, or you can use my CDO email, just cdo@upm.edu.my, right? But in your opinion, well, I think we will need time to study first and come up with better policies. Any more? Yes, please.
Okay, my name is Harif Fahmi from Faculty of Forestry.
Welcome.
Okay, I have a question related to when we are using AI to do paraphrasing. Before we have AI, of course, actually, I'm from FRIM, actually, from the Forest Research Institute.
Oh, I have a project with FRIM.
Oh, I see. We can talk about it later. Okay, and then for us who which English is not our mother tongue or not main language, we usually use the human paraphraser who are also. But in your opinion, what is the difference between using AI and human to paraphrase our works?
Thank you very much. This is a good context. You know, some people provide services to improve writing for us. Although I know there are also services offered to write the whole thesis for you, which might not be wise. Please be careful. Okay. In my opinion, of course, if you have a human paraphraser, and if the human paraphraser is easily accessible to you at all the times that you want, and you think that it is easy for you to communicate and get what you want from him or her, then that is the advantage. I think here we're actually talking about communication, whether the quality of the service by the person and by the AI. If we assume both options provide same quality of paraphrasing output, then the next criteria to consider is how comfortable you feel when approaching human in this context and with the AI. And this is also a sign, if a person is providing the service, that person must be even more accommodating, which is a new challenge. I would suggest that you consider both. Thank you. Any more? Now, if there is no more online, okay. What is that? That is matrix number. Okay, if there is no more, all right, I would like to thank again the School of Graduate Studies, Mr. Arif and team, the Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology, my home, and the fellow IDEC representatives, Mr. Farid and team, Mr. Azal at the back, and all the participants today. Thank you very much for your active participation. All the best in whatever you do. Please keep in touch. A picture? Group photo? All right, sure. We can take group photo after this. Maybe we can try to have... those online, do you want to switch on your camera? We can try to have you in the picture as well. Thank you for having me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's
Thank
take
you so
picture
much.
online if you want. Join us. What is this? Sekejap Dia tolong tak? Tak jumpa pula. Please help me. How? Sampai tak boleh. Boleh tolong? Tim. Oh, extend ke ni? Wait ya. Tu. Extend ni. Ni extend ke? Besar kan? Tak tahu. Ni, tak, dia tak pop. Those online, hang on a minute. We are trying to fix so that we can have you in the screen. Ke sorry to keep you waiting online, but somehow I'm sorry to inform that we cannot fix the issue. So maybe the host can do the typical print screen while we take our picture physically here. Okay lah. Dah lah kan? Okay. Mr. Aizal, are you going to take picture for those in the Zoom? Okay. So our picture here, who's going to take our picture here? The photo. Okay, thank you.
We walked a million sidewalks through sunshine and through rain. We've crossed a million intersections, felt joy and felt pain. But through it all, the constant thing that makes me fine is the simple, quiet feeling of your hand holding mine. It's not a gripping, clinging hold. It's gentle and it's free, but it says more than anything.